Hi, I'm Steve from 1233D. Today we will be revisiting the FlashForge AD5X. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the AD5X. For those of you who haven't already seen the unboxing, we have done a quick overview of this machine previously, but as always, we have revisited the machine after we've put it through its paces to give you our honest opinion. We have a 220mm cubed build volume, so that is on the X, the Y and the Z. Typical print speed for the machine is 300mm a second is standard, but it will print as fast as 600mm a second. But again, we always say the same thing: the faster you print, the poorer the print quality will be, so try and stay around 300 because that's the optimal speed to get quality over speed. The machine also has a 4.3-inch touchscreen display, as you can see here on the front of the machine. The maximum nozzle temperature for the machine is 300 degrees C, and you have a print bed temperature of 110 degrees. So if you did put this machine in an enclosure or enclosed it, you will be able to print quite easily with ABS, PC, ASA, so on. Design and build qualities. FlashForge have implemented their own colour change system, and they have named this the IFS multicolor system. As you can see from the machine, we've got 4 spool holders situated on the side that feed into this unit, which basically replaces, in simple terms, an AMS unit. So instead of you having a standalone separate unit, everything is built into the machine. The spool holders quite cleverly auto retract. It'll wind like a clock spring, if you like. So as you can see, there's like metal leaf springs that allow for a tight fit on your filament, as you can see. So you push filament on, and then obviously as the machine is extruding filament, it basically tensions the spring, and then once it's retracted from the extruder back to the unit, it will spin itself backwards to take out the slack that's been retracted back. That's quite a nice little feature. For other systems like, I don't know, the MMU for instance from Prusa, they have like a big cartridge where the excess filament spools back into the cartridge. This alleviates that problem, so you don't need to have anything like that. It literally winds it back onto the spool, so you will keep your filament neat and tidy when you're printing multicolor. Basically, because it's a single tool head, it needs to purge the filament out as it switches over. The purpose of this is to clear out the old colour before it inserts the new colour and starts printing, so you don't get colour bleed and all that type of thing that you don't really want in your prints. So how it does it, basically the extruder moves to the back of the machine. After it's cut the filament off, it will then purge it and poop it out the back before resuming and carrying on printing. This is a necessary part of the process, because without that happening, you will get, like I say, colour bleed and whatever else in your print. So it's basically where one colour hasn't been flushed out of the hot end thoroughly enough, and you will get a mixture of colour as the new filament is purging through. This can look like dirty filament, so that is the reason for that. The motion system for the machine is, as I say, Core XY. The machine travels up on, you've got 2 smooth rods here and 2 smooth rods at the front. They are driven by 3 lead screws, which basically move the bed up and down, and the actual extruder on the X and Y axis is driven on the X axis by smooth rods again, and on the Y axis with smooth rods, but this time they are belt driven. This just makes for a very reliable fast motion system. The build plate is flexible build plate, as you can see. Basically textured PEI sheet. The nozzle cleans off on the front here, and they have given you a plastic handle, which is a nice addition, to be fair. Not many manufacturers do that, and the reason I like it is because you don't burn your fingers. If you do take the plate off while it's still warm, the plastic insulates it to a certain extent, so you're not touching the red hot metal plate. But normally you would want to leave your prints to cool significantly before you try and remove them, otherwise you will run the risk of damaging them, and in the worst case scenario, actually destroying them. Always try and leave your prints for as long as possible, and you'll find not only do they pop off if they haven't already released through the cooling process, it's just a lot easier, and you'll save yourself a lot of problems. The machine is also fitted with a quick change nozzle, which is quite simple to remove and replace if you need to. We will get a close-up of how you do that, so you can see for yourself how quick and simple it is. There is no filter on the machine. but it has slots for where one can be installed, which I can't get to because the plate's up. If I move the plate down behind this little door here, there is an empty hole with a vent behind, so that would be where you fit an active carbon filter if you do enclose it and start printing with ABS or ASA. The frame is made of aluminum for you American viewers out there. There is a compatible enclosure. I have seen pictures of it. We don't yet have that in stock. It'll enclose the whole machine. Your hinges fit onto the front so you can open the door, and then there's a cowl that sits on the top to keep the heat trapped inside the chamber. You can send files to the machine over Wi-Fi if you're using FlashForge equivalent of Orca Slicer, or you can send them via USB stick, whichever suits your preference. FlashForge have implemented their own version of Orca Slicer for this machine, but there is now profiles available on Orca Slicer for this machine as well. So you can pick your poison, which you would like to use or prefer to use. I know my personal preference for any machine that we print with is Orca Slicer because I'm used to it. It's what I use on a daily basis, and I just know my way around all the settings and everything else in Orca. Pros and cons to the machine. I will start off with the negatives. The build volume isn't huge, but it is big enough in comparison to what is available on the market at a similar price points. You're going to be able to print anything that you can see in front of you on the table here on this machine, but if you are wanting to use this machine to print helmets or whatever, you are going to have to chop them up to allow you to fit them on the build plate. We have tried on a number of occasions to print TPU with varying amounts of success. Now, whether we're doing something wrong or something isn't quite set up right with the machine, I'm not too sure. That's going to take a little bit further investigation, but I have seen other influencers successfully print multicolor prints in TPU with this machine. We have been trying it with our very soft own brand TPU, so whether that's the problem, it's just too soft. Single color is fine. What we found is with the really soft TPU filaments, as the hot end heats up, it basically softens the material and doesn't quite grip it properly, so retracting and feeding it back in can be a problem. That could purely be down to the filament we're using. I mean, the one we're using currently is exceptionally soft, so that could very well be the reason for that. Apart from that, there is not really many more negatives. I mean, for the price point of this machine, let's not forget it's an exceptionally cheap entry grade multicolor machine. The machine is retailing on our website for £298. So if you consider the fact that you're getting 4 colours in a Core XY format 3D printer, it's really not a bad price. So it makes it an ideal option if you're wanting to get your children into 3D printing or whatever else. This is definitely worth looking at because there isn't anything else currently on the market that will print multicolor at that price. So hats off to FlashForge for being able to make it that affordable. And overall, if you're limited for space, it's compact. You know, you haven't got the aggro of like sitting a CFS unit on top or on the side or whatever. Everything's all contained within this footprint. So if space is a factor, again, definitely worth considering this machine. As many of you will already know, Core XY machines are preferred by a lot of 3D printers because they don't have the accentuated wobble from a bed that's moving backwards and forwards all the time, causing banding and whatever else in your prints if you're printing taller items. Core XY is definitely the way to go. Overall, it's a quite neat, well-priced entry-grade machine. We have put it through its paces. We have done some multicolour prints on it, as you can see from the table in front of you. Chris, for whatever reason, I questioned this morning, why have we printed the Stairway to Heaven? He couldn't give me an explanation, just other than because I can. So there we go. We have a very unique staircase, a very nice little slatted bench that has even got the bolts printed in, a very psychedelic spinny circle which will send your eyes God knows where, a flexi fish that was printed again in multicolour, all of them printed out fine, a sign, a little gear stick fidget toy. The fidget toy has basically a spirally moving part at the bottom which hasn't seized up or anything, so that will give you an indication that the tolerances are okay. Some coasters and a goose. There's no reason or rhyme behind why we've printed these things. It's just very random. But overall, yeah, everything printed out really well. I can't see any issues with any of the prints. Overall, yeah, very impressed. So, I think we shall leave this one here. I hope you've enjoyed the video and you found it useful and informative. And if you've got any questions about this machine or any other machine in our lineup, please do ask in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. We will see you on the next one. And if you haven't already, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and if you would really like to, share. Bye-bye for now.
As always, we aim to have the most competitive 3D printer prices on the market. If you see any of our printers being sold by a mainstream retailer for less, please drop us an email using the link in the description and we'll do our very best to beat their price. Also, if you're watching from outside the UK, check the description for links to our European 123 3D sister stores.